Welcome to our channel, where we explore everything ABCs, from the basics to the fascinating details. Have you ever wondered about the origins of the ABCs? The story of ABCs dates back thousands of years. Did you know that the letter A was once a symbol representing an ox?
Hey, over there, ox. Did you know that the letter A originated as a symbol that resembled an ox head? That's so cool.
Explore with us as we uncover intriguing facts and trivia about each letter. ABCs aren't just for reading and writing. They're the foundation of communication across various disciplines.
Hi everyone, I'm Jesse, and welcome to our channel.
Don't forget to pay attention to the letter of the day. When the sirens go off, say the letter of the day.
Hey there, language lovers! Have you ever wondered about the hidden meanings and origins of the letters in our alphabet? Today, we're diving deep into the fascinating world of the ABCs. Stick around, because you're about to discover the secrets behind each letter of the alphabet. Let's start with the first letter of the alphabet. A. The letter A is one of the oldest letters, with its roots tracing back to ancient Egypt. It originally represented an ox head in Egyptian hieroglyphs. Over time, it evolved through the Phoenician alphabet, the Greek alpha, and finally into the letter A we use today. Isn't it amazing how a simple letter carries so much history? Next up, we have the letter B. The letter B also has ancient origins. It started as a pictogram of a house in Egyptian hieroglyphs. The Phoenicians called it Beth, which means house. The Greeks adopted it as Beta, and it eventually became the B we know today. And that's just the beginning! Every letter in our alphabet has a story. Let's take a quick look at C. The letter C. The first C shape emerged in Phoenician and stood for hunter's stick or boomerang. The Greeks renamed it Gamma, and when they switched to reading from right to left to right in 500 BC, they flipped the shape. As the letter spread to Italy, it took on a more crescent shape, and the C as we know it today was born. Letters are like time capsules, carrying pieces of our history and culture. Moving on, let's explore D. The letter D. Around 800 BC, Phoenicians began to use a dalet or a rough triangle facing left, which translated to door. The Greeks adopted it and renamed it Delta. The Romans later added serifs and varied the thickness of the lines, softening one side into a semicircle. Isn't it fascinating how each letter has its own unique journey? Now, let's jump to the letter E. The letter E. The E of 3,800 years ago, pronounced H in Semitic, resembled a stick with two arms and a leg meant to signify a human form. The Greeks flipped it around in 700 BC and changed the sound to E. We could go on and on. But to keep things short, let's fast forward through the rest of the alphabet and highlight a few more interesting facts. The letter F. The F of Phoenician times resembled a Y and sounded like Vav. The ancient Greeks changed it to digamma and tipped the Y over to look like a hook version of our F. The letter G. Today's G derives from the Greek letter zeta, around 250 BC. Romans altered the shape of this strange letter to look more like an E without the middle horizontal arm, and then applied the G sound because they didn't need the Z sound in Latin. Over time, the crescent curve.
Hey guys and gals, you know what that sound means? The letter of the day! The letter of the day is G. G stands for go.
The letter H. Based on the Egyptian hieroglyph of offense, it's one of the most controversial letters in the English language. The breathy sound associated with the letter made academics argue that the letter was unnecessary, and many Latin and British scholars began dropping the H in 500 AD. Despite the controversy, H secured a spot in our alphabet. The letter I. Around 1000 BC, the letter I was yod, meaning arm and hand. The Greeks adopted the letter as iota, changing it to a vertical squiggle. By 700 BC, I became the straight line we use today. The letter J. I was a popular letter and often a stand-in for J sounds. The red-headed stepchild of our alphabet, J was only introduced in standardized spelling in the 15th century by the Spanish and only appeared consistently in print around 1640. The letter K. What appeared to be an outstretched hand with one finger and a thumb visible appeared in Egyptian hieroglyphs around 2000 BC. The ancient Semites called it a kaf, meaning palm of the hand, which sounded like our K. Around 800 BC, the Greeks reversed it and took it on as their own kappa. The letter L. A hook-shaped letter, referred to as L, meaning God, emerged in ancient Semitic inscriptions around 1800 BC. The Phoenicians straightened out the hook, reversed its position, and called it Lamed Lamed, meaning a cattle prod. Again, the Greeks flipped the letter and renamed it lambda. The Romans straightened the bottom leg into a right angle. The letter M. 4,000 years ago, Egyptians drew a vertical wavy line with 5 peaks to denote water. The Semites reduced the number of waves to 3 in 1800 BC. The Phoenicians continued the trend by removing one more wave. By 800 BC, the peaks became zigzags and the structure was made horizontal, RM in sound and appearance. The letter N. Around the same time as M, N was emerging in Egypt with a small ripple on top and a larger one below. The word translated to snake or cobra. Ancient Semites gave it the sound N, meaning fish. By around 1000 BC, the sign contained just one wave and was named Nu by the Greeks. The letter O. O starts its life on Egyptian hieroglyphs around the time as M and N as I. Semites called it Ayin, but with a guttural sound that sounds like CH, think Hebrew name Haim. The Phoenicians reduced the I to just the outline of a pupil, RO. The letter P. An inverted V shape appears in early Semitic language 3,800 years ago, sounding like P and meaning mouth. The Phoenicians adapted it to a diagonal hook shape at the top. The Romans closed the loop and flipped it right by 200 BC. The letter Q. Around 1000 BC, Q, which sounded like Kof, either meant monkey or a ball of wool. According to Rosen, academics are still split. Q was then a circle with a vertical line through it. A Q that we'd recognize appeared in Roman inscriptions in 520 BC. It was also then that the U after Q rule was invented. The letter R. R first appears in ancient Semitic in the form of a profile of a human. Pronounced Reshet, translated to no surprise head. The Romans flipped it to face right and added a tail, probably to distinguish it from P, writes Rosen. The letter S. Early S's appeared 3,600 years ago as a horizontal, curvy W shape. Phoenicians added an angularity that looks more like our W's. At this stage, it was known as shin, meaning tooth. The early Greeks rotated it to the vertical and called it sigma with the S sound, and the Romans flipped it. The letter T. T in its modern, lowercase form is found all over ancient Semitic inscriptions. By 1000 BC, the Phoenicians referred to it as ta, meaning mark, with our current T sound. The Greeks named it tau and added a cross stroke at the top to differentiate it from X. The letter U. There's a lot of confusion among letters U, V, and W. According to Rosen, the Phoenicians began using a letter that looked like our Y around 1000 BC. They called it Vav, meaning peg. The Greeks adopted this in 700 BC and called it Upsilon. The letter V. Even Shakespeare used to use in place of V's in his plays and poems. Capital V's at the start of words started to appear in the 1400s. The letter W. During the Middle Ages, Charlemagne's scribes placed two U's side by side with a space between as in literally W, a new letter that sounded like a V. It wasn't until around 1700 that W as a unique letter, not two U's or two V's placed side by side, emerged in printing presses across Europe. In French, this letter is still referred to as double V. The letter X. The ancient Greeks had a letter KSI which sounded like our X. Lowercase x is arrived via handwritten manuscripts of early medieval times and the Italian printers of the late 15th century. The letter Y. The original Y entered the alphabet as Upsilon or RU. Around 100 AD, Romans added Y to their alphabet, usually to denote something of Greek origins. The letter Z. Z might be the last letter of the alphabet, but it's an elder. 3,000 years ago, the Phoenicians used a letter called Zayin, meaning axe. It looked like an uppercase I with top and bottom serifs. The Greeks adopted it as Zeta around 800 BC, when it evolved into our modern Z shape and also led to the creation of our G with the sound of dozen. The letter fell into disuse for several centuries, until the Norman French arrived with words that used the Z sound. And there you have it! Each letter in our alphabet is a piece of a grand historical puzzle, connecting us to ancient civilizations and their stories. Next time you write a word, remember the incredible journey of each letter. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more amazing content. Keep exploring the wonders of language and history with us. Until next time, stay curious.
Now is the time for our ABC concert with our host, Wong Lee. Give it up for Wong Lee and the Wongers. When I sing my ABC, when I sing my ABC. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, and Z. Now I know my ABC. Next time, won't you sing it towards me?
Thank you for joining us on this journey through the ABCs. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more insights and discoveries. What's your favorite letter or fact about the ABCs? Share with us in the comments below. Until next time, keep exploring and learning. See you in the next video.
chocolate milk milk. A to the B to the C to the D, E, F, G. Come with me and sing along. It's a famous song. Pop this box if you get it wrong. You're not alone. G. Practice, if you get it wrong. If you get it wrong, you're not alone. You're not alone. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, N, O, N, O, P, N, O, P, N, O, P. You say it slow, you say it slow. L, M, N, O, P, L, M, N, O, P, L, M, N, O, P. You get tongue twisted. L, M, N, O, P, say it slow. Don't say L, M, N, O, P. You say L, M, N, O, P, L, M, N, O,